So, this is the Week 3 NFL TV match for 2023 for CBS and Fox. It was Monday Night Football on ABC, ESPN, and Amazon. Thursday Night Football and we're simulcast. So, here's all the national games. Thursday nights on Amazon, and Monday nights are exclusively at ESPN, the ESPN Plus One game, and the NFL Network games have to be simulcast on regular TV, as well as the Peacock game, and the NFL Olympics, and be simulcast. NFL World, so New York Giants in San Francisco is going to be on Amazon. It's going to be simulcast on WNYW, Fox 5, New York, which is Fox East. I believe this is Fox East. If you have like cable providers that cover they carry like the national feeds, like the National East and the National West feeds, like NBC, CBS, Fox, ABC, and all that. So we simulcast in there so you can watch those providers. And then KTU San Francisco, which it's not the West one. The West one would be Los Angeles. And tonight, Pittsburgh and Las Vegas on NBC. Philadelphia and Tampa at 7:50 Eastern, and Detroit are going to get the early game tonight. And then Los Angeles and Cincinnati Bengals. It's going to be on KCOPU 13 Los Angeles Independent Show and WLWT NBC 5 Cincinnati. KCOPU. It is Minority TV is the flagship Minority TV affiliate. So, okay, so anyways, this is the CBS single window, and I'm gonna share with you the CBS single window, in which who gets what game. So the main national game is going to be New England at New York Jets. This is going to be the main game. It is going to be the main game with Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. And it's not going to be very national. It's going to be some of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, some of New York. And the fate for the New York Jets. New York Giants and New York Jets area. We have Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts. Those areas are going to get the game. And there's a little bit in North Dakota, a little bit in Montana, a little bit in South Dakota, some of Minnesota, some of Wisconsin, not all Wisconsin, some of Michigan, not all Michigan, some of Illinois, most of Iowa, a little bit of Nebraska, most of Missouri, a little bit in Kansas, most of Arkansas, most of Louisiana, and most of Arkansas. And then we have Texas, a little bit of most Texas, a little bit of New Mexico that gets Texas stations, a little bit in Arizona and California, and then you can see a little bit of New Fresno, California. And the big sub of the country is going to get Denver, Miami, some of Georgia, most of Alabama, and most of Florida is going to get that game. And then we have most of California, all of Nevada, some of Idaho, of Colorado, of Kansas, um, of Kansas, most of some Minnesota, some of North Dakota, South Dakota, most of Nebraska, most of New Mexico, most of Arizona, most of Montana, Wyoming, what's gonna get that? Buffalo, Washington, that's the current green. Buffalo, Washington, Andrew Callen, Tiki Barber, Matt Ryan, that's gonna be in most of New York, some of Pennsylvania, a little bit of Pennsylvania, some of West Virginia, a little bit of West Virginia, some of Maryland, and the DC area, in the West, Washington DC area, and then a little bit of North Carolina, and most of Virginia, and Tennessee, Carolina, or Tennessee, Cleveland, excuse me, Australia, Archuleta, and that's most of Ohio, most of Kentucky, a little bit of West Virginia, a little bit of Virginia, most of looks like all of Tennessee, a little bit in most of Kentucky, looks like a little bit in to Missouri, Illinois, and then it is going to be in Arkansas, and yeah, in that area. And then we have Indianapolis, Baltimore, which is a good bit actually in Illinois, most of Indiana, a little bit in Kentucky, and most of Pennsylvania, some of Maryland, and then we have some in West Virginia. Then we have the late game. That's Indianapolis, Baltimore, the Felon Crew, Beth Mullins, James Upton, and Jay Fury as the backup crew. Jay Fury. And then we have Carolina, Seattle, New Charles Davis, their late game. But due to NFL rules, if your team plays at home, then you can't have then there's no second game on, and that's early window. And there's Seattle, Washington. So we see it's Carolina, Seattle, all of Oregon, a little bit of California, most of actually about half of them, probably half, 2/3 of them, Idaho, a little bit of in Montana, some of California for no reason. And then we have most of Minnesota, most of Wisconsin, a little bit of Wisconsin, and Michigan, or Michigan, a little bit of the Michigan, Detroit area, Houston area, and the Baton Rouge and New Orleans areas, all of North Carolina, South Carolina, some of Georgia, a little bit of Florida is getting the late game as well. CSL. Then we have the Fox early window, which most of the national game is going to be with Kenny Albert and Jonathan Vilma. They are the number one announce crew this year. Here. It is New Orleans and Green Bay. Most of the country is getting that. And then there's Atlanta and Detroit. Is Emmeline Charlotte. It's most of Michigan, or right of Lower Michigan, some of Upper Michigan. There's a little bit of Indiana and a little bit of Ohio, and then not all of Georgia, some of most of Alabama, some of Tennessee, and some of South Carolina, and then LA, Georgia, Minnesota, it's Kevin Kruger, Mark Sanchez, some of Oregon, because obviously Justin went to Eugene, so there's gonna be a little interest for Oregon for college. It's going to be a little interest in some of California, Northern California, and the LA and San Diego areas, and a little bit of Arizona, and then some of Montana, some of Wyoming, most of South and North Dakota, of Minnesota, most of Minnesota, some of Wisconsin, except for the tiny little bit that gets the cross in Wisconsin, and some in Wisconsin. Then that gets Minnesota stations, and a tiny bit in Upper Michigan, and then you have Houston, Jackson. It's gonna be the Houston area, San Antonio area, Corpus Christi, Rio Grande Valley, Abilene area. They're gonna carry that game. Houston, and Jacksonville, and it's gonna be a little bit of Georgia, mainly Jacksonville and Orlando areas. Main areas are gonna get the game. Houston, Jacksonville, and then Fox Lake is going to be most of the country's going to in Chicago, Kansas City. Most of the country, but Dallas, Arizona. Real spot in, for whatever reason, in Maine, in like the Vermont area, up that way. They're gonna get like tiny little. It's gonna showing Dallas in Arizona, and then there's most of California, all of Arizona, all of Mexico, to make sense. And then I'll tell you a bit of California, and then it's gonna be of Texas, which makes sense, of Oklahoma, tiny little bit in Kansas, or yeah, it makes sense. Most of Louisiana, which some of I'm kind of surprised it's all Louisiana. No, it's all of Arkansas, Alabama, most of Georgia, some of Florida, surprised over Georgia, North and South Carolina. I'm surprised by that one. I'm not surprised by the Philadelphia area because it's Dallas, Arizona, Dallas, and NFC too. And I'm not surprised the DC area, some of West Virginia and Virginia that would get them, and normally are Washington Commanders games. I'm not surprised by that one. I'm surprised not the New York area, New York City area. Seems they might that game because people want to see that in that area, but I'm surprised it's kind of a bigger slot. I thought it would be like a smaller one. Showing that one, but maybe not. So I'm assuming some of them will probably flex to Chicago, Kansas City. And there's your TV map for Fox early and Fox late and CBS single windows. Free to the changing it to. Let's see. Bend, Oregon, change Las Vegas, Buffalo, Los Angeles, Tennessee. These maps are pretty active, have not changed really anything. CBS early, not change week 1. CBS late, Northern Louisiana change to Philadelphia, New England to Las Vegas, Denver. And Susie, I would change from Las Vegas, Denver to Philadelphia, New England. Because maybe you can choose what games you want to pick. I don't know why Norns. I see that one, but Savannah, Georgia changed to Carolina, Atlanta to Jackson, Indianapolis. Which I'm surprised by that one. I'm surprised by Jacksonville, Meridian, and Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Next to see Monroe, Louisiana. There's Pittsburgh to Carolina, Atlanta. I'm surprised by that one since it's I'm surprised what was Austin is from Carolina, Atlanta. Surprised on that one. Yeah. So next time, take care.